Jellycat, Squishmallow, Jonkelskog. These are some of the terms you might be familiar with if you have a TikTok account or an affinity for collecting stuffed friends. Plushies have exploded in popularity among young adults in the past few years, with videos of themed pop-up experiences and limited edition plushies populating social media feeds, and young professionals spending thousands in cash on their carefully curated collections. From Swedish bears to Labubus, why are plushies the new must-have purchase for Gen Z? In a society that is becoming increasingly online, disconnected, and has so far failed to combat community-related disasters like the disappearance of third spaces, what is the anxious young adult meant to do when they find themselves alone and desperate for community and socialization? When you are suddenly thrust into post-education adulthood, making friends online, or, gasp, in real life, becomes increasingly more challenging. Cute plushies with built-in personalities are a quick, non-terrifying hole filler for when your social community is either entirely online or missing altogether. Soft cuddly toys are a comfort to cuddle at night, or a great emotional support desk friend for when you girl boss in your stressful meetings at your remote job. Having cute little friends around the house helps to brighten up your living/sleeping/working/resting room, and can be an easy and stress-free way to feel more comforted and less alone. As well as combating loneliness at home, the trends around buying jungle socks, expanding your Jellycat collection, or visiting in-person plushie experiences have contributed to a real online community of plushie enthusiasts. In a disconnected society, Gen Z yearns for community and belonging, and in today's online world, buying a plushie can feel like more than that. You aren't just buying a product, but a membership to a club of like-minded people, and admission to a pre-built community, even if it is only online. In the face of modern adulthood, we're trying so hard to hold on to any form of comfort we can find, whether it's a global pandemic timed to coincide with pivotal developmental milestones, or the harsh but increasingly likely reality of being unable to afford food or housing, despite that degree you worked tirelessly for. Pick your problem, Gen Z has them all. Faced not only with financial challenges that previous generations have not had to deal with, but also being robbed of extra carefree years due to a global pandemic and ongoing political instability, it's no wonder that today's young adults feel the need to heal their inner child. This effort to chase nostalgia is at least in part a desperate attempt to return to a simpler and more stable time, where responsibilities like money and the realities of adulting were non-existent. For some, the action of buying a plushie brings familiar joy and comfort that reminds them of their childhood, and for others, newly found disposable income can allow them to afford once-out-of-reach dream toys and begin to heal their inner child. Jellycat and their themed plushie cafes are giving us an excuse to return to these nostalgic experiences as adults, providing an accessible and socially acceptable way for us to play pretend, having staff cook and wrap up orders of delightfully cute plush food in an effort to encourage kids and adults alike to hold on to childish joy. Part of the appeal of collecting an army of plushies is self-expression. Owning a fluffy bowl of oats topped with berries when you eat one every morning before your big girl job feels relatable in a cute and silly way. In the same way that you might buy a CD or a vinyl from your favorite artist, plushies can serve as a way to express yourself or showcase other hobbies or elements of your personality. In the same way that people collect stamps, rocks, or magnets from far-off places, plushies are an extension of you, and can serve as a physical reminder of the people who've gifted them to you, the places you've visited, or simply serve as a reminder of the things that bring you joy. Curating a collection of plushies is a form of self-expression that allows Gen Z to embrace cuteness and fun in a world that often feels too serious. In the face of overwhelming bad news and instability, it's a refreshing rebellion against what society has told us adulthood should look like, and a way of taking back control over our lives and what we want from them. As part of this movement towards reinventing adulting, Gen Z and late-stage capitalism have teamed up to create an evolution in the world of plushie collecting: purse pals. Leaning into plushies as a form of self-expression, purse pals in many forms have become extremely popular with fashionable Gen Zers in recent months, the most popular of which are Labubus. Retailing for between £13 and £30 a charm, Labubus combine the chemically addictive mechanic of blind boxes with an unstoppable plushie trend and a healthy sprinkle of nostalgic brands. With only a 1 in 6 chance to get the design you're after, it's easy to see how these trinkets have skyrocketed in popularity among young adults with a bit of extra money. They provide all the benefits of buying a regular plushie, mixed with a more adult element of gambling, and repackaged as more socially acceptable for adults when combined with designer handbags. From Hello Kitty to Labubu, these charms strike a chord with Gen Z, providing a satisfying juxtaposition between grown-up girl boss fashion and reminders of a simpler, more cartoon-heavy time. As a culture, we love to put things in boxes, in an effort to simplify the often grey world around us and make sense of the chaos by forcing things to be more black or white. One of the great casualties of this tendency is the notion that becoming an adult requires, among other things, a dedication to seriousness and the ceremonial abandonment of things that we consider childlike or immature. In order to fit in as an adult among other real adults, it is necessary to strip out hobbies, desires, and passions like collecting plushies, wearing colour, or having dreams, for no reason other than because these things are for kids. In reality, there's really no benefit to removing these things from our lives if they bring us joy. While your boss might want you to believe that you have no value as a person if you're not being productive 110% of the time, your life is there for you to enjoy it. There's a difference between collecting plushies and not learning how to do taxes. As long as you aren't going to jail, I think it's acceptable adult behavior to spend a portion of your paycheck buying a life-size brown bear. The best thing to come out of the chaos of growing up as Gen Z is this pushback for meaningful change and not caring what other people think, accepting yourself and others for who they are, and the adjustment in what we as a society should be defining as acceptable adult behavior. My sloth collection isn't hurting anyone, Joanne, so back off and let me eat my avocados in peace.